Let's go to the NFC now. Your 7 playoff teams here, and let's bandy it about how you see it shaking out this year in the National Football Conference.
Yeah, I'll start in the NFC East. That one's pretty easy. The Philadelphia Eagles still the most talented team in that conference. Although, like Jaden Daniels and the Commanders are coming, I don't think they're good enough yet, though. Like, I think they needed to make like the blockbuster trade for Myles Garrett before I consider them to dethrone the Eagles in the NFC East. So I still think it's Philly that will win the NFC East. Don't need a whole lot of explanation there. They're the Super Bowl champions. The NFC North. This is the most competitive division by far. I think. In the entire league. Like, it used to be the AFC North. Now it's the NFC North. I'm going to roll with the Green Bay Packers. I think we were a year early on the Green Bay Packers. Like, they had so much hype this time last year coming off of the playoff run where they should have beaten the Niners in the divisional round. Like, a little bit of injuries battled, like with the skill position guys. I think the Packers defensively, they should be a little bit better with what they were last year. Now in year 2 with Jeff Afley in that system. And also offensively, like Jordan Love, he was, talk about injuries. He was dealing with knee stuff, ankle stuff all throughout the season. I don't think we saw the Jordan Love that we're going to see in 2025 that we saw in 2024. Like, I think this will be a better Jordan Love, which means I think the upside of the Packers. I love Love. In 2025, I love Love. And I love the Green Bay Packers to win the NFC North. I'll go with the Falcons to win the NFC South. I think the step forward that Michael Penix Jr. will make will propel them to winning this division. Tampa's good. They're solid. But I think that they've just been maxed out on what the potential is for that team. They're going to be a team that contends for a division title but doesn't do a whole lot after that. The Michael Penix Jr. Falcons offense was so much better than the Kirk Cousins offense, and we only saw it for 3 games. I think a full season of Penix, that offense takes another step forward, and defensively, like, that's where they need to make the improvements. And guess what? They went all in the NFL draft, drafting a couple of front 7 guys, James Pierce on the edge, Jalen Walker, who they could use at off-ball linebacker. They could use him on as an edge rusher as well. He's kind of like one of those chess pieces, like a queen that you move around the chessboard. I think the Falcons in year 2 with Raheem Morris, they win the South. I think the Ramley hang on to win the West, although that's going to be a hotly contested division between the Rams and the 49ers, in my opinion. The Rams, though, just a little bit better for the 49ers. They just lost so many guys over the course of the offseason. I don't think Robert Saleh can save that defense enough to where they win the division. For the wild card, Commanders, easy. Jaden Daniels, he's a stud. He gets to the playoffs. I'd be surprised if they don't make it. I do think the Detroit Lions will still make it. I think a lot of people are going to be looking to sell Dan Campbell and the Lions just because you lose both those coordinators, Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. Big loss, but I think Dan Campbell, being the coach that he is, he also identified those guys as coordinators. I think he can identify other coaches to fulfill those roles. Maybe not to the same extent, but I think the roster's too good for that team to miss the playoffs. And then I do have the 49ers as my last wild card team in the NFC. Shanahan and Purdy, whenever they've been healthy, they've won a bunch of games. I think they'll be much healthier than what we saw last year, where every player outside of Purdy and Fred Warner got hurt. That's a key contributor. That's not going to be the case in 2025. I think they get the last wild card spot in the NFC.
So roll through it again. Your 4 division winners quickly. The 3 wild card teams are
Eagles win the East, Packers win the North, Falcons win the South, Rams win the West, and then the 3 wild cards, Commanders, Lions, and 49ers.
Okay, so interesting there from Femi. I have the Giants winning the NFC East. No, I don't.
30-1 if you want to bet it.
I don't. What would you rather bet? Kings tonight or Giants to win the NFC East?
It's not, okay.
Giants. Eagles, NFC East. How can you get away from it? I thought the way you said it was perfect. Like Jaden Daniels, I think he's the best quarterback in the conference. I've been on record saying that for a while. You've said that 9 times on the show today.
Have I? I said it with Jaden Daniels.
No, but you said it last. What did you say it about last hour?
Edwards, about Anthony Edwards.
Edwards.
I said about him. Yeah, he's also.
So I almost I want to do a bit right now, and I actually don't think I can.
We shouldn't. We actually shouldn't.
It's a great bit. The bet, honestly,
I'll put my
we're a
hand
mixed company in our chat. I don't even think I can type it in the chat, honestly.
Yeah. I'm not, but no, we should not do it.
But anyway, for the counter of the on that, so it's Jaden Daniels and Anthony Edwards is the answer for today. Okay.
Find out next hour who else is coming.
So Jaden Daniels, Jaden Daniels he's on the come. It's really good. But I don't think the Commanders are at the Eagles level yet. I totally agree with Femi. So Eagles to win the NFC East. I don't even know. You could get cute with another team. I don't know why you would. Philly's the best team. Eagles. You want to get nuts?
Ooh.
Let's get nuts. Bear down.
Hey-oh.
The Chicago Bears to win the NFC North. Year 1,
Okay.
Ben Johnson. Year 2, Caleb Williams. Roma Dunze. Year 1, Luther Burden. Colston Loveland. Year 6, DeAndre Swift. Trying to think of who else. What offensive?
What year is it for?
Year 7, Joe Tooney.
Yeah. 4-time Super Bowl champion? 5-time? Won a lot.
Won a bunch.
New England, Kansas City.
He's won a bunch. I don't even know if it's year 7. The point is,
might be longer. Yeah.
I reserve the right to change my mind. By the way, I'm going Bears for right now to win the NFC North. NFC South. I hate that we both have the Falcons, which means we're probably dead wrong on this.
Bucks for a 4th straight year, probably.
It probably is Tampa. In all seriousness,
might be.
It's not just Penix. And here's the thing for everyone that's killing the Falcons. I can't wait to hear what Charles Davis thinks about this. Everyone that's killing the Falcons draft. Because, and they're right about this. Look at what the Giants gave up to go get Jackson Dart compared to what the Falcons gave up to get James Pierce. It's like with Penix. How could you take Michael Penix? And I understand, drafting Penix or signing Kirk Cousins, something was stupid there. I get it. If Penix is good, it doesn't matter. None of it matters. So if we get to the end of next year and Penix is good and the pass rushers are both good, they're winning 11 games next year if that's going to be the case. And no one's going to care about what they gave up. You know what? I'll keep Atlanta here, but the fact that we both like Atlanta, not great. It's not great. Atlanta.
What are you going to make the case for New Orleans?
Well, it would just be Tampa, right?
Yeah.
Carolina's defense isn't there yet.
And Tampa has, like everyone said, they lost Dave Canales. What are they going to do? Well, it was a lot of success with Liam Cohen. Now they've lost Liam Cohen. What are they going to do?
Who's their offensive coordinator now? That
is a good question.
Who this is. Bucks offensive coordinator.
Josh Grizzard is who is listed.
What a name, Grizzard.
A lot of Grizz.
Would you change your name? Would you be Femi Grizzard?
No. Femi Grizzard. Only if they called
Fred,
me.
What a Fred Grizzard?
Yes, I would go from Fred Schmaltz to Fred Grizzard. That I would do. But Femi Grizzard, I don't know if Femi Grizzard works.
$250,000, Fred Grizzard.
Nah, I need a little bit more. We got to talk millions. Millions, I'll go to Fred Grizzard. Yes.
I swear to God, I think I was listening to the radio this morning, and there was a name that was said, and I was thinking in my head, I want to do this on the show, and do this bet on the show, and I can't remember what the name is.
This was sports radio, or is this just music radio?
It was sports radio. I was listening to Boomer and Gio on the Fan. I listen to them in the morning when I go to humble brag when I go work out.
Hey, there we go. PR'd on the Peloton today this morning.
There was nothing humble about that. I was just bragging. Rams, the Ramily in the NFC West. Wild card teams. Commanders. Jaden Daniels is coming.
Mm-hmm. Come counter.
The Green Bay Packers. I love. J.J. McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings. Which means, on the outside looking in, the Lions, the Niners, Cardinals, Seahawks, Bucks. Yeah. And Dallas. Yeah.
Tell me about the Lions.
Well, I'm worried.
Is it just the coordinators?
I can be way wrong on this, and we'll see how the offseason develops. It's less Aaron Glenn, and I don't mean that as an insult to Aaron Glenn. I don't know if anyone Aaron Glenn got hired as the head coach of the Jets because he's this innovator of defensive schemes. That's not really how it goes. He's a leader of men. He's awesome at it, right? He looks like he's going to be great at that. Ben Johnson's an offensive mastermind. I guess it's possible the offense can be just as good. So I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. So Isaac Tesla is this receiver that the Lions just picked. The radical left does not want to see him on the field this year. They're going to do whatever, Molotov cocktails. Yeah. They're going to do whatever they can to prevent Tesla from playing this year. They're not
hoping he explodes on the field.
So with Isaac Tesla, I'm not taking him in these rookie dynasty drafts I'm doing. It doesn't mean that I don't think he's good, but if Ben Johnson were and I can be wrong about this. Maybe their offense is just going to be Johnny Morton as the coordinator, not the wide receiver. Another Johnny Morton, not the old wide receiver. If Ben Johnson's the coordinator and they trade up to take a receiver, I'm thinking, yeah, man, he's got to be awesome. If he's not awesome, they're going to scheme him up. Now I'm not so sure. And maybe I'm going to be wrong about that. But that's where my head's at right now with Detroit. I reserve the right to change my mind here, but here's what I know. Ben Johnson's now with Chicago. Their offense is going to be absolutely sick. We know what we've got with Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur, and we don't know what we have with J.J. McCarthy, but we know what we have with Kevin O'Connell, and that roster's awesome. And they were dude, they beefed up that defensive line like crazy this offseason. There you go.
They're loaded. I just think Detroit's loaded as well. That's why, I think they take them taking a step back is they're not winning the division. I still think they make the playoffs because Campbell, I think, is too good of a coach, and the roster's just
could they
Aiden Hutchinson is. I don't think so. Campbell is too good of a leader. I don't think that's going to be an implosion there. Hutchinson's also their best player, and he missed a large part of last year's season. Hutchinson, he is a top 5, 6 defender in the league. That's massive for that defense. So yeah, I'm still in on Detroit.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about it over the course of the league. I think it's really interesting. I'm not saying I'm out on Detroit, just that I don't know if I'm going to be totally in.